Hello and welcome to Tutorialspoint. Today in B2B selling techniques, we'll discuss a very crucial chapter, and it is called building a roadmap implementation plan. What is a roadmap implementation plan? How it pans out? What are the key ingredients of a roadmap implementation plan and the key elements of a roadmap implementation plan that helps you in closing a deal, inking a deal, signing an agreement with a company so that you can generate more and more business. What is a roadmap implementation plan in the first place? A roadmap implementation plan is defined as a process how you are going to deliver services, solutions or products to a customer. Assuming that you already getting traffic, the traffic is converting into leads, leads are becoming customers or conversions are happening, conversions are happened. Now there is a particular customer, there is a particular company, they are interested to get services or solutions or product that whichever you are selling. They say, we like your services, we like your products, we like your solutions, and let's get ahead and plan how we can do it. Then what you need to do is the company will ask you to submit a proposal, like what you are going to do, how you are going to do. That proposal includes two parts to it. One is the technical proposal, the second is called the commercial proposal. The commercial proposal talks about the pricing, the quotation, the costing and everything. But the most important thing is the technical proposal. In the technical proposal, you need to formulate each and everything that you have to do or you are intended to do that particular business. Like what is the service that you are delivering, how you are delivering that service, what are the technologies that you are using, what are the resources you are using, what is the timeline that you are talking about, and how your service or a solutions or a product will benefit that particular company. And what is the structure of the delivery, what is you are going to do every week, every month, for then whatever the time period that you have set, what is the time period that you are setting, and what are the benefits that company can derive out of your service or a solution or a product. This comprises of the entire technical proposal. It can run up to, depending upon the services, solutions, but it can run up to 10 pages, 15 pages, 20 pages, sometimes even 50 to 70 pages. It is actually the delivery plan that you are talking about, and this is precisely what the roadmap implementation plan is all about. A step-by-step process of delivery from inception to completion. From the start, you say, this is what we are delivering, and these are the issues, concerns and challenges that you are facing. These are your requirements. To address this requirement, we are going to do this, and this is how we are going to do this. This is the timeline, this is the resources that we are allocating, and these people will do this, and this is how you are going to test it, this is how we are going to implement it, and this is how we are going to execute it. Step-by-step process. It may also include after sales service and customer support. Besides from what you are going to deliver, after the delivery, you should also mention what is the kind of customer service or customer support that you are going to provide after the implementation, after the execution of the project. Like what is the customer support that you are going to provide, how you are going to provide the customer support, what are the resources that you are allocating to provide that customer support, what are the credentials of that customer support. This is also something that you need to include if it is required for your project or a service or a solution or a product. If it is required, if the customer is asking, let's say I take your product, but what kind of customer support are you going to provide to me? If they ask it, then you have to provide that, and the customer support, customer service could also become a part and parcel of your overall roadmap implementation plan. How to create a roadmap implementation plan? Now we have discussed what is a roadmap implementation plan. Now we will discuss about how actually you can create a roadmap implementation plan. The first and foremost is what is the delivery method that you are talking about. You have identified what is your customer's requirements, and you have also identified what is the solution that you are providing to address those requirements of your customer. Now you need to provide what is the delivery methodology, how you are going to deliver it. Let's say the project completion takes about 6 months, for example. Now what is that you are going to do within the first month? You have to mention the deliverables. In the first month, in the 4 weeks of the first month, this is what we are going to deliver to you, and this is how we are going to deliver it to you, and this is how you can check what we have delivered. The timeline along with the deliverables have to be mentioned in the delivery methodology. Create a sequential order. The most important thing is, the first thing is addressing the requirements, providing a solution, adding the benefits of that solution, the delivery methodology, the step-by-step process. Then actually this has to come actually in the sequential order. Use product images. Whatever the product that images you have, or perhaps even the videos you have, you can include them in your roadmap implementation plan. Schedule delivery plan. The delivery plan is very crucial. Sometimes what the client says that they may have some urgency, they want immediate delivery to be happening, they want quick delivery to be happening. Sometimes we are not bothered about quick delivery, you can take your time. But in consultation with your customers, with the business, you have to set a delivery plan. What is the delivery plan that you are talking about? Keeping well in view the kind of services, solutions or the product that you want to sell. Testing and training. During the delivery process, let's say for the first 1 month, in the 4 weeks, you have said these are the deliverables that we are going to deliver. Once the first month the deliverables are completed, you need to test whether the products or a service or a solution that you have delivered in the first, they have to be tested properly and completely. It is also called as user acceptance test, UAT. That is a very core and important point of the testing. After the testing, perhaps you can even talk about the training those company staff or the resources may need to use your product or a service or a solution. The training is also an integral part of your roadmap implementation plan. Then the customer support. When the implementation plan is completed, it is executed and implemented, you need to provide the customer support. What kind of customer support are you going to provide? It's 24/7 customer support, you have dedicated resources, or you are going to actually, it could be an on-site customer support, it is an off-site customer support, you are going to support from your office but the on location. All these have to be terms to be discussed with your client and the customer, and this is actually how the roadmap implementation plan can be executed and implemented and created. What are the key elements of this roadmap implementation plan? Allocation of resources. When you have a 6-month delivery plan, you already laid down the complete plan, you need resources who can execute that project, and allocation of the resources is a very crucial role. People have to be identified who are a complete fit, the ideal resources who can actually go on implementing the project successfully. Delivery plan scheduling, a key elements after the allocation of resources. The delivery plan has to be complete. Sometimes what happens is the delivery plan may go awry, it can go vary. What happens is you plan to deliver something in the first month, in the 4 weeks, sometimes you go beyond the schedule, it happens. But you have to be very clear the kind of delivery plan that you have listed out in the roadmap implementation plan, and the client has agreed to it, and you have to stick to the delivery plan. Make sure that you, whatever you promise to deliver within the specific period of time, you have to deliver come what may. The scheduling has to be completely, scheduling in terms of training, scheduling in terms of implementation, scheduling in terms of customer support, and scheduling in terms of the services that you are providing. Implementation, documentation and training will come in the last. After the implementation, you have to provide the documentation, the how-to guides, what you are going to do, how you are going to do. Besides from the training that you are going to decide or provide for that particular customer or the business, you also provide necessary documentation, the how-to guide, so that after the training, those resources, the company can use the documentation, the how-to guides, so that they can actually go on using your product or a service without a hassle. The training and support an integral part of your roadmap implementation plan. Some of the best practices you can think of implementing as far as roadmap implementation plan is concerned: stick to timelines. When you are deciding on the deliverables within the period of next 3 months, 4 months or 6 months, whatever the project life cycle is, make sure that when you mention a particular timeline or a time frame for the deliverables, make sure that you stick to the timelines. That is how actually you build your company brand. deliverables on time is particularly very important. Deliver on promises made. When you have listed something in the proposal, in the technical proposal, this is the problem, these are the requirements, this is the solution we are providing. When you have listed all the solutions, whatever the solution that you have mentioned, whatever the product that you have mentioned, what are the features of the product, the benefits of the product, that you have put it on the document, on the roadmap implementation plan, on the proposal, they have to be delivered without a miss. Include how to guide, very important. Whatever the service, solutions or product that you are selling, include a how to guide that will help the company immensely, your customers. Offer training. Training could be an integral part of the kind of services, solutions, product that you are selling. It adds value. Create a backup plan. It so happens more often than not that you have prepared a roadmap implementation plan and you have listed out the complete deliverables, the timelines, the schedules and everything. Sometimes it may happen more often than not that things may not go as according to the plan. You must have a backup plan. Let's say you have allocated 10 resources to execute this project. Sometimes a couple of resources may not be available on time. They are sick or they are not available, they are on leave. There are a lot of hazards may crop up within the next 6 months. So you should have a backup plan to support such circumstances. Support essential. Provide the kind of support that you are talking about. Availability and follow up. Make sure that your key contact person for the execution of this project is available 24/7 to your customer. Make sure that whenever they call you or whenever they send an email, they want to schedule a meeting, the availability plays a very important role. And follow up. Once the deliverables are happening, make sure that you follow up, you stay in touch with their contact person and ensure that everything is according to the scheduled plan. In conclusion, what we have seen in this video is what is the roadmap implementation plan, how to create a roadmap implementation plan, key elements of a roadmap implementation plan and some of the best practices you can think of implementing when you are formulating your roadmap implementation plan. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you again.